Alright, here we have my 1995 Chevy Blazer 4-door 4x4. Just doing a little video overview of everything. Trying to sell it. Let's start with the outside. The top there, the roof, and the bottom is bed lined. Taillights plasti dipped, wheels plasti dipped. It also has a matching spare tire and wheel, plasti dipped black with the vinyl cover. This is a ZR2 spare tire hanger that I mounted on here. Got a hitch and the lighting. I don't know if that works. I haven't used it ever. See, that swings out nice. All that. Front windows are tinted. The rears are tinted stock. This is plasti dipped back here on the inside of the window. Let's take a look inside here. All black on the inside. Let me pop the hood. So in the back here, let's show you everything. Got the clamshell windows on the older gens. Got some decals up there. 4 audio pipe APCL 1500 watts. 4 of those with this is a North Star AGM 400 back there with the custom matching bus bars. Everything lugged and bolted back there. No, there is not a bolt here. This is just a rubber bushing with studs on both sides. It doesn't go through. All 2-aught Royal Excellent welding cable, Sky High heat shrink, Sky High fuse holders. These I think are Toolmaker input reducers. I had to bend them all down to clear the tailgate here. It is very tight, but it works. It fits. Handle you can still get to. Perfect. You got the Scott Bowman Cockbox RCA distributor. All the amps have been gain matched and with SMD, DD1, and CC1. Really easy to adjust them all to. Got them all up here. I welded up this frame across onto the D pillars here, so the amps sit right there, floating, not on the box, so they don't vibrate. This is just a little distribution block I made for the light or the amps and the fans and whatever. That relay turns all the fans on. Back here we got 4 grounds through this hole. This is PVC, like 2-inch PVC pipe through that hole down underneath. You see that drain tube there to the frame, and yeah, it's kind of messy with foam, but I sprayed foam in there to seal it and whatever. You can also see this is the runs from the front, all secured with hose clamps. I know it's kind of janky. I did have zip ties when I first did it, but those clamps are working much better. But they're all there. I haven't really had any problems, really. You know, if the snow's a little deep, it might rub, but no dragging problems. New muffler on here. You can see the rust really isn't too bad under here. Those front runs, 4 power, 4 ground, coming up right through here. These are fans, marine grade fans. This is an intake which blows across the back of all the amps. And this is an exhaust, and they suck in an exhaust from these flaps behind these D-pillar trim pieces. There's some flaps back here that originally when you close the doors they all open up to let the pressure out, but I kind of modified them to be able to do this, which really helps with cooling when it's all sealed up. But you know, if you're just demoing with the back open, it's no big deal. So these are really nice. This is a trim piece here. This is all carpeted. This is the back of the box right here. That's how far the box goes back. This up here is a little trim piece, so it goes to, this is about the height of the box. There's a little groove here, and then that's the back. This not touching at all. The RCAs are just zip tied up behind there, make it look real clean. This is just a little cross member I made to go to the bar here. It was a little flimsy since it's so long, but that stiffened it up. You can see a real clean job, carpeted just in there, and it helps hold the battery. And this is battery strap bolted to the back of the box. The box has also got lag bolts to the floor and L brackets all around it, around the edges, and it is sealed with foam all along the top, bottom, and sides. Well, not really on the bottom, but there's a little on the bottom because it's just on the floor. So yeah, that's about it. Got RCA, our new concept crystal, I think, RCAs coming from the front radio. That's about it for back here. Some random decals up there, whatever. Close this up. You see it all closes up really nicely. So clean. Go under the hood now. Alright, so here's under the hood. Just got electrical tape on the headlights just for cosmetic things. Red plastic up on the Chevy bow tie. Got the Blazer emblem on the grill. Under the hood here we have Excess Power D3400 with some Toolmaker. It's a little dirty, it's been a while. Toolmaker terminal blocks. These are the 4 runs going back to the back. You go down, and they are exhaust wrapped with heat wrapping all that down there. So those are completely safe. Same with the power right here. It's a little dusty, sorry. Sky High terminal or fuse holders, a little block I made, just some wood. They all go down, wrap around up, and these 4 are going to the back. These 2 going over to the McMahon. I think it's a 240 or 280 alternator with Toolmaker dual inputs and ground. The ground is down at the shock tower. Got some safety heat, what is that, wire loom on there. All the grounds up here, I forget, but there's body and chassis and engine grounds, and they all go down under here. The starter cable has also been upgraded. I think this is what that is. I'll have everything I've done to the truck listed down below, and everything I've replaced. AC is obviously gone. Just put that in there for fun. I was going to do a dual alt eventually, but this is just a bypass pulley. So that's everything up front here. Let's take you inside. So here we are inside. This is a little custom radio bezel I've done. Let me get the keys here. Starts right up. Only light I've ever really had has been that ABS light's been on for all 3 years I've owned it, but no check engine light. These Kelsey Hayes systems on these ABS on all these 90s GM cars are really bad, and I'm pretty sure it needs a module, but it runs fine without it. So this is the little custom radio thing I did. I'll have the Pioneer part number, model number in the description. But pack, what is this? LC1 bass knob. It's got that. These switches. This one does nothing. There's just some wires. I have planned on maybe doing lights or something. So that's really nothing right now. Their wires ran to the rear in case, you know, somebody wants to do something. This turns everything on. That one, you see the SMD OM1 sweep and my voltage. This is about 0.2 volts off, 0.2, 0.3 volts off, because these are just cheap eBay voltmeters. So don't get freaked out by that. So this turns the amps and the fans and everything on. We'll go back and I'll show you the fans and the amps all on. You can kind of hear them sucking. Like I said, they do a great job. Got all the fans on, or the amps. Those are all on. Those fans are on. They do a great job of keeping it cool. So that's that. You can't really, you hear a little bit of the fans humming just because they're mounted like to the D pillars and they kind of travel through the metal in the car, but when you're driving around listening to music, you can't really notice it at all. You could, I guess, wire them to be on like a separate switch if you want to turn those on, you know, separately, but whatever. It's just a little cheap CB radio. These wires, I have a radar detector and GPS that I just stick to the window and hook up if I'm using those, but when I'm not, they just sit there. Got a mounted, there we go, mounted fire extinguisher there. It's strapped in, it's got a little buckle just in case, you never know. The roof, I had a problem, it cracked actually, and let's see here, up here you can see a little bit. I've tried, it keeps cracking. I keep putting like some real heavy duty adhesive and like roof sealing stuff on there. I gotta hit that again, but I don't really have any water leaking issues because on the roof it's 3 sections. It's really this section, and then right here back there's this NVX sound deadener, spray foam, 1/4 inch piece of birch, and then more sound deadener all on the roof. So it's pretty solid. Now these are the wires just for the overhead console. I still have that in case you want to put that in. Also for the just a little bit of spray foam on there for the sun visors, those are still able to be put in. It's got, so yeah, the roof, I just never got around to putting finishing it, putting carpet on it or anything. Back seats are still in. That's just some junk I got. Back seats still in and functional. They can fold down and everything. Let me go down. Let me go back there and show you. Guess we can turn it off. Okay, runs good. Oops. Gotta unlock it here. So, yep, back seats normal. Still got the seat belts and everything. They fold down. There's you got about, I would say, maybe 3 inches of room in between the back of the seats and the box. This panel is removable. As you can see, there's a ton of bolts there. There's cert nuts in the box that these bolts thread into, and then there is a like weather strip rubber gasket around the panel to help seal it. I was gonna do this acrylic someday, but just never got around doing it. You can see this did look nice before I did the roof. This is just some carpet, just been glued up there. The box, I can have the box specs listed. It's 4th order, about 2 to 1. They are the, let me get you in there, Sundown SA12 V3s. You can see the chrome motors. I also painted the boots white, the Sundown lettering white, just in case I was going to do LEDs and acrylic. But for those in there, I think they're the dual 2 ohm. These are all ran at 1 ohm on each amp, and the seal chamber back there is, there's 2 sealed chambers, so there's 2 and 2 really in the sealed. Yeah, it gets down. It's definitely, you know, I can't demo with my phone and videoing, but these doors flex out about that much, and it can float shit in the windows up here. So that's what we got. Let me know if you are interested. It's been a great car. I had a blast building it. It's a CB radio up, or CB antenna up there. This is just wire casings, whatever. Yeah, let me know.